Hi, I'm Melissa Ray, and I decided to focus on how to get more women in STEM through a new curriculum policy added in high school STEM classes. This policy would implement a required education standard into STEM courses in high school. This policy would be targeted towards women, men, and high school students, and it would have the purpose to help women with their future career paths in STEM and to help disrupt misogynistic beliefs for men, which, according to recent studies, misogynistic beliefs have been highly prevalent in STEM fields. And it would also help give insight to high school students and to help shape the future STEM leaders. The problem facing STEM right now is the unfair treatment of women in STEM. Harvard Business Review was able to gather research and studies and come to the conclusion that there are four main biases that are seemingly keeping women from STEM. The first one is constantly feeling the need to prove themselves over and over again. Women are not getting the same validation and credit as men are in their work field. The second one is having to play both feminine and masculine roles. Women feel the need to keep up the feminine perspective their coworkers may see them as well as a masculine persona in order to be perceived as likable and hardworking. The third one is being viewed as inferior in regards to maternal reasons. For example, having to take a maternity leave or having to put your child at a greater importance than your work is being viewed as more inferior and weak in the workplace. And the fourth bias is discrimination. Women are simply not being valued at the level they should be in this field. The importance of this policy would be to bring attention to implicit biases since many people are unaware of their own biases. I've gathered this information from Harvard Business Review and Nevada Today. In Nevada Today, there is a quote in regards to implicit biases that I would like to read out. Nevada Today states, among women holding professional STEM positions, 32% of white women and nearly 50% of women who identify as Black or Latina report being mistaken for administrative or custodial staff. And this quote is given to us by the students Barrios, Becker, Murphy, and Sanchez in a 2022 article. This quote explains the biases that are being put on women in the STEM workplace environment, and it is important to make a conscious effort to diminish them. As well as this, it is important to educate people on their prejudices so there could be a better change for future STEM careers. I think our policies to get more women in STEM shouldn't be focused on enticing women, but rather educating men so women don't feel an unease or discomfort in the STEM fields. The goals of this policy would be to educate students in STEM about implicit biases and prejudices. It would be to teach women about their rights and opportunities, since many women are unaware of what they are entitled to in the workplace. It is keeping them from speaking up and trying to make a change for themselves. Another goal would be to prevent discrimination in future workplaces and to shape the future leaders of STEM. This will be a required course that is set within STEM classes in high school. Each year, STEM classes will need to cover a new curriculum, explain the statistics of the mistreatment of women in STEM. As well as this, it would be important to view the performance of women in STEM to help diminish biases. According to the National Library of Medicine, women tend to outperform yet be undervalued. While I'm explaining the components, I would also like to reiterate the difference between my policy and a typical STEM class in high school. I would like to make sure that my policy isn't just another STEM class, but it is a new curriculum being added in these classes to give more of an education on the environment so we can make a change in it. But this is just an added curriculum in the classes instead of another class within itself. For the cost, according to School Effects, a K through 12 solution platform, it would estimate to 6500 from 6500 to 9500 US dollars with a district size of 2500 students for an example. These estimates are concluded when taking district leaders and teachers' yearly salaries and the hours that will be spent in district meetings and teachers' implementations of the new curriculum. This policy would be implemented across all California school districts, and it would be a required policy for those who take STEM classes in high school. I believe a good way to see the effects of the policy would be to survey students prior to learning the new curriculum and getting knowledge of what biases and beliefs they may already have, and then surveying students after they've been taught the curriculum, and then comparing the results to see if any change has been made or if any growth in their thought processes has been made. An unintended consequence is students misunderstanding the material or not believing that the material is true. I intend for this consequence, I intend for this not to happen by having the policy provide up-to-date data and multiple statistics that will and studies that will really prove its credibility. The references I used were the National Institution of Medicine, the University of Nevada, and the schooleffects.com. Thank you.